you used to work with kids with autism, and
I still do.
And we're back with another cringe fest from Jake Paul on the podcast that nobody asked for. Comedian and fellow podcaster Chris Distefano was this week's victim, and he did his best to make it work. But within the first 10 minutes of this episode, they were all ready to call it quits.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bro, I don't want to do this show anymore.
I mean, we got the clip, so we could stop.
We literally went viral like 19 times.
I don't want to do this show at all.
The show's over.
Yeah, You're the smart one. Like, start doing the where you like articulate and like ask questions.
Wow, if Brandon's the most articulate one on the panel, then what the fuck are we doing here? Oh, and Jake's high as fuck. Welcome back, guys, to another video. Shout out to my 12,000 subscribers, and as always, special mention to my ground level crew for carrying this channel. And speaking of carrying, Chris Distefano did all the heavy lifting in episode 28 of BS with Jake Paul. I recently made a video on how Jake Paul's podcast is failing miserably, and it's not just me who thinks that. It seems like they actually agree as well. And so in the struggle to save their podcast, Jake decided it would be a good idea to get high as a kite in the hope of making his podcast more watchable.
I'm from a neighborhood deep in Brooklyn, like Ridgewood, Bushwick area. Like it's not, well, now it's trendy, but back then it wasn't trendy. So
Like how deep?
we would, fucking deep, dude. Deep, like really fucking deep. Like,
Deep.
so deep.
You guys, this is
Jake, so like you were just talking about your thing growing up was never, as you could tell, he smokes frog venom, actually.
and he believes it allows him to like
Tell
enter
him
a
your
realm
guys'
where he
saying,
can meet
though.
God.
Tell him the song that you guys came up with.
I think it's having like seriously adverse effects because you're not okay. And he swears he's like a huge
I actually
advocate.
think he's the most okay. We're not doing anything, and he's laughing himself into tears. I think this is the life we should all
He
strive
was
for.
barking at
And I
people.
love the beard. He looks like a trendy Amish guy. Right? This is what the
And
future
Amish shirts at Urban Outfitters.
Yeah.
I think that this is what we should all strive for.
What should I strive
He's
for?
having fun, dude.
Just having fun.
He's having fun. He's letting go. What's bothering this guy? Nothing.
I love how Distefano is full on laughing at Jake. He low-key roasts him and then gasses him up all in the span of 30 seconds. Dude's chill as fuck. And I haven't seen a lot of his stuff. He's been on Rogan a couple of times and I've seen some of his stand-up, which is half decent. But his performance in this podcast just highlighted how good he is off the cuff, and also how insanely boring and pedestrian Jake Paul and his crew really are.
How is being a father?
Being a father is good. I have three children. Yes, I have 3 Puerto Rican kids.
And has having Puerto Rican children grown your Puerto Rican fan base?
I'm growing my Puerto Rican family, yeah. It's good. It's good for Puerto Rican. They're fucking great, dude. The amount of paper towels I have in my house is insane.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
On your shirt. Ask the guy on
Yeah.
your
So
shirt.
what the fuck is going on with you?
Yeah, dude. Oh, Jake's crying again. Dude, I mean,
He's on
imagine
the
being...
spectrum.
imagine-
He's on the spectrum.
I know, dude, but it's great.
I knew this was going to happen.
I love it, dude. I love it. You're psychotic. Yeah.
There were countless examples of Distefano having to save the conversation from just going completely dead. At this point, Jake, Jasper, and Brandon are leaning into the cringe. I mean, these guys literally have a producer to write them show notes and questions, and they still can't make it work.
Who wrote this?
Real shit.
They're saying the current state of stand-up comedy scene with everyone moving to Texas. Why are they moving to Texas?
They ask that question exactly like that in my head every day.
And protecting the lineage.
Protect the lineage.
That's what I'm all about.
Do you think aliens exist?
Do you think aliens exist?
Do you think aliens exist?
I would say I think
Great podcast we're running here.
Yeah,
guys.
this is.
yeah, I think they do.
Great line of questioning.
No, dude, this is f***ing awesome. I haven't spoken about this.
Oh man, now don't get me wrong, I'm not some hardcore Distefano fan. He seems to have a bit of a hard-on for himself, but god damn he's carrying these Muppets. I've never seen someone so casually save a bunch of kids from themselves more than this guy did. And the genius of it all was that he kept it all going while roasting the shit out of them. And they thought it was the funniest shit ever.
Well, so I don't know my biological father. I found out I have 2 brothers that I didn't know about. I've never been in touch with my biological father, so I contacted one of the brothers. I was like, hey, I think you're my brother. He got back to me and said, yep, that's my dad. It was actually his mugshot that I sent to him. That's all I could find online. And then I called the other brother and he said that this isn't the first time they'd gotten a call like this. And it turns out, I'm not joking, we have 20 brothers.
Whoa.
Yeah, 20 of us.
Dad
And
was
one,
like a
my
fucking hamster.
And he's related to Joe Mixon. The running back.
Oh, yeah, of course. Hell of a player.
Yeah.
There you go.
And but then, he tried to kill him, so he got sentenced to like a long.
Himself.
After he saw this podcast?
No, that's
This is a startup company.
The old startup company. Don't worry, guys, they're only up to episode 28. It'll get good soon, promise. I mean, it's not like Jake Paul's a veteran content creator who's got tens of millions of subscribers and followers across YouTube and social media. Yeah, it's just a startup. They're still learning the ropes.
Yeah, our claim to fame is freeloading off you until we make enough money to jump out the nest.
You guys should be writing a book silently. Do it. Keep
about
it.
Expose.
Big
Expose.
seller.
Yeah,
100%.
that's an interesting thing about being friends with you is there's always an exit plan because the amount of stuff
You could
that
just
I have
slime
of
me
him
out.
that I could ruin everything for him,
And you
I could sell it to
and you
Keemstar
should.
for
I would say, wait for the right time.
yeah.
Yeah, like you
should.
should slime me out and get a bag, bro.
Yeah.
That's
Why
what I'm
not?
here. Like people don't realize I'm here to help others.
What
you
would
know?
be dope if you promoted the expose about you? That would be awesome.
yeah.
That's
Wow,
what you should do.
Tim.
I'm going to.
Yeah.
I would love
It's
that.
great.
respect.
It's
That would be dope. It would make whatever
Huge,
anybody
huge.
says about you stupid. You'd be like, yeah, I agree with these people.
I think it's funny how Jake positions himself as this guy who's just trying to help his mates. I've heard him say this a few times on different podcasts. He's got all these different things going on and he pretends like he's doing it for his people just to help them out. It's like his podcast is for Jasper and Brandon to get them off their feet and branch off. And that seems to be the general understanding between them. They even call themselves freeloaders. And, there's truth in every joke, right? Gone are the days where content creators wanted to actually entertain us. Now it's all about capitalizing on their massive reach to cash in on every different format. And for someone who's so desperate to be taken seriously as a boxer, Jake's just proving how much of a f***ing dropkick he is. I seriously think he's battling some crazy demons at the moment. After he lost to Tommy Fury earlier this year, the only real fighter he's been up against, he straight away booked in a 40-year-old retired MMA fighter, Nate Diaz, because he knew he had to salvage what was left of his reputation. If you recall that fake feud him and his brother Logan staged on Impulsive a few weeks back, where Jake went on there and called Logan a fake fighter, you've never fought a real fight, all you do is exhibition matches, yada yada yada, I actually started to develop some respect for Jake, especially after he called out Logan for being a money-hungry wannabe for freaking out over being told he couldn't promote Prime at Jake's fight. But all that respect is disappearing. Being a professional athlete is a f***ing grind, and the only thing Jake's grinding is our ears. He isn't getting nearly as many views as he used to, even on his main channel. It's kind of weird how his brand of content is fading in popularity and he's in his mid-20s. Imagine peaking as a teenager. That shit's crazy. I mean, look at FouseyTube. That guy's completely lost his f***ing marbles. And if Jake keeps going down this road, he's going to be there right next to him, which is actually kind of sad. But I guess they are friends, right? And at the end of the day, this is just more evidence that podcasting isn't for everyone. I honestly don't think Jake will keep this podcast going much longer. I'm not going to put a number on it, but its days are definitely limited. Imagine living the dream in Puerto Rico and having to haul your ass over to the studio every week to record a podcast that's dying in the ass. The guy can barely sit still for 5 minutes. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. Drop a comment below and I'll pin the best one. Hit that like button and become a subscriber so you get my uploads in your feed. And I'll chat to you guys in the next one. Peace.
I fixed the paralyzed person.
True.
What's the
That's not
word?
hate.
True.
What the
I don't know. I'm trying to fit in.
That was a tick.